Hey everyone, it's Coping and Hoping with Dom, and today, Mare's here. Anyway, we want to talk to you about a couple things. Now, some of you out there may be feeling a lot of anxiety on one day and not so much on the next day, and then one day you'll get really scared and worried about the future, and then another day you won't. What you guys may not know is that a lot of your biorhythms as far as emotional expression can be based off of what you're eating right now. And your food can either act as medicine or it can act as poison and really affect your emotional centers. Mare, that happens to you, yeah?
Yes, it does. And today we want to talk about the 3 I's.
That's
the three
right.
I's include integrity of your food, ingredients of your food, and
Inflammation.
inflammation.
That's right. For instance, what a lot of people don't know is that there is a really strong connection and correlation with what you eat and how you feel. Because if you start taking notes about what you're eating and notice, like some people know they eat something that they call comfort food, and then about a couple hours later, they need to take a nap. You don't realize that other things are happening, not just the fact that you need to take a nap. A lot of times it creates a reaction, it creates inflammation, and inflammation goes into your tissues, into your muscles, into your stomach. It also goes into your hands and into the tissues in your brain, and that can create extra stress. So inflammatory foods can make inflammatory emotions. So think about that before you grab the next food.
So my story with food has been an issue for many, many years. But the biggest thing is that sugar for me really affects my body. And in the past, it's really contributed to some health issues that I've had. And eating really clean, organic foods, juices, has really helped my body shift. And I was able to transform it from being super inflamed to much cleaner, much healthier tissue.
And it also helps our relationship and how we treat each other. Because if one of us is having something that we know like is inflammatory to us, whether she has something that's really sugary or I have something that I have a reaction to, then it's on our face and we wear it for the next few hours or even the next day, where we can be short with each other and snap or just have arguments where naturally we normally wouldn't. But we actually know these things now, so that when things happen, we can look at each other and say, what did you eat today? And then
Cookie.
I had a cookie. So these things actually happen to us. But here, we're going to go through all the items that you can eat and what you should and what you should avoid. Okay, so the first I is ingredients. When you go to reach for your food and it's not a natural piece of fruit or vegetable or meat, notice what the ingredients are in the package. If there are words that your grandmother cannot pronounce, be wary of it. If it also has an extensive amount of ingredients on there, maybe more than 3 or 4 or 5. Meredith's number is 5, has more than 5 ingredients, be wary of it. Because a lot of these extra ingredients, number one, the first ingredient in a lot of these is sugar. Another one that's very high, it's right on the top levels, is high fructose corn syrup, which is even worse than any sugar you can imagine. So please avoid that. But in all, when you're looking at ingredients, be wary. The less amount of ingredients in there, the better, the purer, because when you're eating preservatives and all these things that are manufactured and man-made, your body doesn't digest them the same way. Your body takes artificial sweeteners, it doesn't digest them the same way, and that can inflame your moods, your bodies, your tissues, and your emotions, and that can be the start of not only emotional highs and lows, but it can also disease. We want to keep you healthy.
So the second I that we're talking about is integrity of our food. And integrity of food to me means that I really want to know where my food is coming from. Is it organic? Is it clean? How was it raised? And is it local?
A lot of these things you may think about could be a bunch of malarkey, but it really is different. Like, for instance, my family got an organic turkey for Thanksgiving and Christmas last year, and the amount of looks on people's faces going, this is very different than the turkey I'm used to having. There's a huge difference in it, and it's not just that it tastes different, but the integrity inside of it of how an animal is raised or what it's fed. If it's fed genetically modified feed, or if it eats the grass that's on the ground, it's going to have a totally different structure to it, and it's going to treat your body differently. And same with the vegetables and fruits. If they're treated with pesticides and you're putting it in your body, and that can have really bad effects on your body. So try to look for organic. I guarantee you, if you go into stores, the organic produce section is the one section that no one's hoarding right now.
And the third I that we're talking about is inflammation. Have you ever had inflammation in your body? I guarantee you have.
And what you can do is you can go onto Google and you can start Googling and finding sources of what foods are inflammatory, what foods are anti-inflammatory. There are certain dietary decisions that people go on based on what's going on in their body to stay healthy or to fight things like cancer and other diseases. People will put you on anti-inflammatory diets. If you want to maintain your emotional center, try looking at anti-inflammatory diets. And again, this is the sugars, it's the dairies, it's the wheats, it's the glutens, it's all
some meat too.
Some meat too, like you want to have leaner meats. The redder meats can also be really inflammatory. So be mindful about what you're looking for and start looking at what foods are going to be good for me and what foods may be more inflammatory. And remember, inflammatory foods make inflammatory emotions. So with these 3 I's, you have a way of looking at what you're eating and what to look for. So remember, it's going to be the ingredients, it's going to be the integrity, where it came from, and it's also going to be, are these foods that create inflammation in your body? Because if you want to take control of your emotions, take control of your experience, and feel healthy, or just feel better, or just get along with your partner, like we specifically pick foods that keep us in a good space because we know we're in the space together and we want to get along. And so we're actually eating a lot better now than we normally do. And we already eat pretty well to begin with. So take these, and even a last thing you can do is you can start taking a journal and start thinking, okay, see what you ate on one day and then journal how you felt the next day. Because we're always eating for tomorrow, not for today. So what you eat today is going to tell you how you're going to feel tomorrow. So take these and keep it going. You guys have some tools to help yourselves feel a little bit better so you can start controlling what days are going to be super anxious or not, or feeling good or scared or worrisome. You can use this to your advantage. So just take control of the foods you eat and you can take control of your life. We'll talk to you again soon. Love you guys. Bye.
Bye.